Tamil Nadu may have just done the unimaginable. It's rewritten the global story of the Iron Age. A groundbreaking report has claimed that the people of this land were smelting iron as far back as 3345 BC. That's nearly 2000 years earlier than the rest of the world, and roughly 5300 years from where we are today, 2025. Let that sink in. Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister M.K. Stalin was not holding back when he said,
தமிழ் நிலப்பரப்பிலிருந்து தான் இரும்பின் காலம் தொடங்குச்சு. இந்திய நாட்டுக்கு மட்டுமல்ல, உலகுக்கே மறுபடியும் சொல்றேன்.
These findings, supported by cutting-edge techniques like accelerator mass spectrometry and optically stimulated luminescence, place Tamil Nadu at the heart of humanity's early technological revolutions. I'm Manish Adhikary and you're watching the Culture Project and more. Let's forge ahead then, shall we?
The Chief Minister M.K. Stalin has announced that the actual age of iron is dating back to 5,300 years ago.
Before we go deeper, let's fast forward a few millennia, a few thousand years, to the global legend of Wood's steel. That's W-O-O-T-Z steel. A material so strong, so precise, it helped forge the indomitable Damascus swords. Think of these swords as the Valyrian steel of their time. Valyrian from Game of Thrones. They were prized by warriors and rulers alike. Where did this miraculous steel come from? India. Specifically, southern India. The famous Damascus blades used by Middle Eastern warriors were forged using wood steel imported from India. These swords could slice through armor, bend without breaking, and were known for their mesmerizing water-like patterns. Tamil Nadu, with its ancient ironworking traditions, was part of this legacy. It's no surprise to many then that Tamil Nadu's iron expertise dates back over 5,000 years, long before anyone else.
If you are having iron ore in such a quantity in this part of the country, it will certainly be exploited by the man. The human brain was the same all over the world.
In the dark and bloody crusades, for instance, European knights stood no chance against the sharper, more flexible blades of the Islamic armies armed with Damascus swords made from Indian wood steel. These swords came to be known as Damascus swords because the European armies are said to have first encountered them in Damascus, modern-day Syria, where the Arabs had started a thriving industry from ingots of wood steel imported from southern India. More than 1,000 years before the Crusades, around 4th century BC, Alexander's army encountered fierce resistance in India, where local warriors wielded iron and steel weapons. Some historians speculate that the quality of Indian metallurgy left such an impression in Alexander's war machine that the locals are said to have presented before Alexander 100 different forms of the Indian steel. Now, I'll do a separate video if you want on the swords of South India. Just let me know in the comments if you want me to make it. Okay, now let's go back to the subject at hand, the great find about Tamil Nadu's iron working. Now, to understand why it's such a big deal, let's rewind a little bit to the ages of humankind. Stone Age. During the Stone Age, tools were made of crude rocks. Then came the Copper Age, where malleable but weak metal tools were used. Iron Age. Now, this was the ultimate power leap for humanity. Iron was of course stronger, but even more important than that is the fact that it could be shaped into tools, weapons and infrastructure that transformed civilizations. Now, globally, the Iron Age is believed to have begun around 1300 BC, but Tamil Nadu's discoveries pushed that timeline back by a staggering 2000 years. And here's the kicker, while northern India was still in the Copper Age, think Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, Tamil Nadu may have skipped ahead straight to the Iron Age. Talk about leveling up.
The beginning of the cities in Tamil Nadu was later than the beginning of cities in North India. This was completely rubbish. Nobody looked carefully into the data.
So how did they do it? Now, the secret lies in something called pyrotechnology, the art of controlling fire at extreme temperatures. Tamil Nadu's circular furnaces at sites like Kodumanal reached over 1300 degrees Celsius, enough to produce smelted iron. This wasn't amateur stuff. It was industrial level innovation long before the Industrial Revolution itself.
Compared to all other metals, you need a higher temperature to smelt iron, which means that iron smelting, dating, which indicates that highest technology, that sophisticated technology has been mastered by those people 5,345 years back.
And here's the poetic twist. Iron was not just for tools or weapons, it was part of life and death. At Killamandi, a sarcophagus burial dating back to 1692 BC revealed iron artifacts buried alongside the dead, suggesting its deep cultural significance. In the end, this is not just a story about iron, it's about humanity's relentless quest for progress. It's about how a civilization mastered fire, bent the earth's raw material to its will, and in doing so, shaped the future. Tamil Nadu's ironworking is not just a footnote in history, it's the prologue, the prequel to a much larger story. So the next time you hear about Damascus swords, epic battles, or the rise of empires, remember this: the real power did not just come from the blade, it came from the forge. And Tamil Nadu's forge, it turns out, has been burning bright for over 5,000 years. Thank you for watching The Culture Project and more. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep exploring the stories that shape our world.